Hey guys, Luna here, and we are back with the Virtue's Last Award. Last we left off, we managed to go through what our first choice was. We managed to complete a lounge. So, and we found a mysterious woman in our room. So, and Fi just said, whatever. If we examine the room, we'll probably get a better idea of what the weapon was.
Let's get her to the infirmary. She might be old, but she's still a woman. If we're going to do an autopsy, she should have some privacy. Come on, boys, let's go.
Okay, and I gingerly lifted the woman up and carried her to the infirmary. Perhaps he just didn't consider himself one of the boys, or perhaps it was something else. But whatever the reason, Temiyoshi only stared. His whole body was rigid, like a rope pulled almost to its breaking point, but it was his eyes that caught my attention. He wasn't staring at us. Not quite. It was more like he was staring toward us, a smoldering spark of something burning silently behind his. It wasn't until we were almost to the infirmary that I realized Temiyoshi hadn't spoken a single word since the moment we found the body. I turned to look back at him. He was following us at a distance, his breathing heavy and labored, and his movements slow and shuffling, as if his body was suddenly made of lead. The old woman's body was surprisingly light. Carrying her felt almost like carrying an old, dry piece of wood. We set her down carefully in the infirmary bed, as we were afraid she might break. She looked so peaceful. Almost like she's just going to wake up any minute now.
Maybe she didn't suffer much when she died.
Let's hope so.
Anyway, I feel a little bad about doing this, but I think we need to examine her.
You mean like an autopsy or something?
I'm just going to have a look at the wound. If we had a coroner, then it would be a different story, but... What?
I have a medical license.
You're a nurse?
No.
You're a doctor?
Well, I'm not exactly a coroner.
Interesting. I guess you really can't judge a book by its cover, can you?
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
Are you really going to perform an autopsy? Oh, I won't really be doing it. I think that machine over there is a medical scanner. It's called an ATOM. It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people.
Ah, yes, I remember.
Oh yeah? And just how the hell do you remember that?
Because Alice, Clover, and I examined this entire room.
So you think you can use it to perform some kind of autopsy?
Yes, I think I should be able to manage that.
Luna ran the scanner over the body, then she turned back to the terminal. The display filled up with text, most of it rather technical. Sex female, estimated age 65 to 75 years, deceased. Okay, so sex female, estimated age. Okay. Diagnosis, deceased. Cause of death, extenuation. Estimated time of death 3 to 4 hours ago. Damage trajectory, weapon entered through fourth intercross piercing height. So intercross, I guess, is the ribs. Extenuation, I must be bleeding out, probably. Wound characteristics. Wound margin, clean, continuous. Wound angles, 1 sharp, 1 blunt. Wound cavity, 150 millimeters. Wound length, 30. So cavity, so goes about 15. I think it's like 15 inches deep, or no, 15 centimeters, which is like 15 centimeters, which is I think it's like 2.5. 15 centimeters divided by 2.5, so it'll be about 6 inches. 6 inch deep, about 3 centimeters, so about an inch wide, long, and about an inch thick. I think that's what it means. Based on the characters described above, there is a 95% chance that the wound was caused by a sharp, single-bladed instrument. Huh. Yeah, I don't really get it. What's it mean by instrument? Was she stabbed with a clarinet or something?
It means a tool of some sort. A knife, probably.
In other words, she was stabbed in the heart, right?
Yes.
Well, I suppose that clears me of suspicion.
Sorry, but no.
Why? Please, don't tell me you think my hand can somehow turn into a knife.
I told you that was a joke.
Then why am I still a suspect?
We found the old lady in one of the AB rooms, specifically the one farthest to the left. Before we went in there, only 2 other people had been in that. You and Clover.
Unless the things had been moved.
Only one of you was conscious.
Fi, please, stop joking around. I assure you, there was no one else in that room besides Clover when I woke up. She must have been put there later.
But the door was locked, right? I don't think anyone could have gotten in without the key.
Perhaps, but there was a hatch on the ceiling, remember?
Yes, there was. But Zero said he locked all the hatches.
Well, if he was telling the truth, nobody could have gotten in there after you two left. Which means...
You fucking bastard! Why'd you kill her, Kay? I knew it. You're him, aren't you? You're the real Zero.
Wait a minute, please. Just calm down. You aren't making sense. Let's suppose I am Zero. Why would I do something that would obviously cast suspicion on me?
Well, because you figured we'd think that. And you'd throw us off the trail by doing the exact opposite.
That's not a logical argument. Still, you do have at least half a point. Your argument doesn't confirm my guilt, but it does show us where we should be looking. The real Zero. The person who brought us here is likely the person who murdered that woman. Doesn't that seem like the most reasonable answer?
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
If Zero was the murderer, then they could open anything they wanted to. I mean, didn't Zero say something about that?
I live in the master computer. That means all the electronic doors in this whole warren are under my control.
Exactly. Also, consider this. If the murderer isn't Zero, why would the AI Zero stay silent? He told us that his job was to make sure the game ran smoothly, but now the unexpected has happened, and he says nothing. Why would he do that? If he can see everything we do, then he must know who killed the old woman. So why has he kept his silence? The answer is simple. The murderer is Zero. Or rather, Zero Senior, I suppose you could say. He likely ordered Zero Junior, the AI, to keep his identity hidden. If Zero Junior told us about the murder, then Zero Senior's identity would be compromised. There is something else to consider as well. Perhaps this murder was not unexpected. Zero Senior murdered her. Just as planned. Death is only another part of the game.
But the interesting point is that this only happened because we went into the same door as Luna, so killing someone is just part of a game to him.
Well, there's no way to know for sure, but I would assume so.
Ten minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Oh, what was that?
I don't know.
Well, one thing's for sure.
And that is?
If we don't go vote, something bad's going to happen.
You see? Just as I said. Zero Junior ensures the game continues, even though someone has died. All of this is part of Zero Senior's plan.
Let's get back to the warehouse. If we all head to the AB rooms, maybe we'll see Zero Jr. After all, he told us he'd give us specifics once we gone in.
twist, to say the least. Definitely wasn't expecting a woman to get murdered. Besides us changing the door. Really going in there? I kinda don't want to. I mean, there was a dead lady in there just a few minutes ago. Huh? Wait. Hi? Where'd you go?
Up here.
Up? Oh, what the hell is she doing? You must be really desperate to get high.
Seriously? That's the best you can do? I was expecting something about how I jump at the first sign of trouble.
Whatever. What are you up there to up here? What are you up to up here anyways? Everybody's already gone into the AB rooms.
Yeah, well, there was something I wanted to check out.
And that is?
This thing. Remember it? Try opening it.
No luck. Won't budge.
Then that means this AB room is locked down tight. No one could get in.
You're talking about whoever killed that old lady, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're still thinking it's Kay, huh? Well, like Clover said, if Zero Senior is the killer, then it wouldn't matter if we could open the hatch or not.
I know. I just wanted to be sure.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Let's go. I imagine Algernon's waiting for us.
He's a rabbit?
Look, there's something on the screen.
Yeah, you're right. Door's closed behind us. Looks like there's no going back now.
Astute observation.
I've been waiting.
So have we. Got some questions for you, Zero. Where's that old lady?
Ugh. Will all of you please stop bombarding me with questions? The other people in the other rooms are asking me stuff just like you are, Siggy. I guess you probably can't hear them since these rooms are completely soundproof, but
That's an interesting point that he mentions these rooms are soundproof.
BO is especially loud. For real, BO. I need you to shut up. There isn't much time. I gotta hurry and explain all this stuff, or the game will end before I'm done. So, no more questions from now on. No answers for anybody, okay? You just have to wait. Now, let's get this party started! Let me tell you about the AB game. For example, Siggy and Fido paired up with Mooney and went through the magenta door, didn't they? That means that Siggy and Fido will be playing against Mooney. And it goes the other way too. Mooney's opponent will be Siggy and Fido. Obviously, that means Potassium and Cleaver's enemy will be Alas. And Bo and Quark's enemy will be Tenmioldi. Well, I guess enemy isn't really the right word, is it, after all? If you choose ally, then they're your ally.
Dialogue.
Okay then, I think that about does it for the basic rules.
Well, actually, there's a little bit more, but
It'll just have to wait, I guess. After all, it's almost time!
Hey,
No,
wait.
I won't wait and I can't wait. Didn't you hear me? It is time!
1 minute.
You see, it's time for me to be hopping on out of here. See you later! Have a nice trip.
Yeah.
We don't have time to talk about this. Choose betray.
What? You're kidding. Really want me to betray Luna?
We don't know if she'll ally or not. If we choose ally, and that's a loss of 2 points.
Yeah, I'm
You
basically
tell me.
talking.
Exactly. If our BP... So...
So this is just
30 seconds.
Just press the damn...
trying something. Yeah, you've been suspicious from the get-go. I mean, how do you know my name? Or how about when we found that old lady's body? You didn't even blink. Almost like you knew she would be here. Look, I don't want to believe you, but are you...
Fine. If you won't do it, then I
don't think so. I'm not gonna move until you give me some answers. If I don't do anything, I'll just vote ally for us anyways. So let's hear it. What are you hiding? What's it all over supposed to mean?
10 seconds remain. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
When your BP hits 0, you die. That's what I meant.
1.
I'm gonna choose ally, because I have a feeling that Luna is gonna choose. Vote has been recorded. Please wait.
Round 1 results. Thank you.
Hey.
Ambidex.
Yeah, blah 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 blah. This is very familiar stuff. As Fire and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see the others running to the monitor, shoving and pushing to get closer. Timioji was left behind, his footsteps a slow, heavy plod. What had happened to make him like that?
What was that, Sigma? Don't play dumb. You chose ally. Didn't you hear me? I told you that if your BP drops to 0, you die.
Yeah, I heard you. A whole second before the deadline. How can you expect me to think about anything through them that quick? It would have taken like half a second just to process what you said.
No, you could have done it. The brain's processing power increases during a crisis. It starts working so fast that a second can seem like an eternity. Your brain was doing that right before time ran out, wasn't it? Well...
What the hell are you talking about? Okay, fine. Let's be generous and say, hypothetically, that you're right about this crisis overclocking thing. How would you know that whether or not my brain was doing that? Did you crack open my skull while I wasn't looking? You just wedge your microscope in there and have a look at my neurons. Let me be straight with you. Your shit is whack, like hella whack. I mean, you just know stuff when you shouldn't. Stuff like my name, or how your BP hit 0, you die. You told me you didn't know why, but more and more, I'm starting to think you've been lying to me.
Yo! What's up? Siggy! I know! Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the result.
Yeah.
Let's go. Time to see whether maybe it's different.
Maybe it's this time. Hey, Fire, hold on. Shit.
Good. Looks like you're all here.
Finally. Let's get ready!
One, we already...
If everybody would...
We already heard this before and the last time. There's everyone's face. Except ours. Heck. Hey, Luna chose ally. How neat. But both Kay, Clover, Dio, and Clark chose betray, so Alice and Timioji are both at 1.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
Oh no, it's nothing. You don't have to thank me. I only did what anybody would have done. I believed in you and Fi.
Luna glanced away through Fi what could only be described as a smug grin. Rather frustratingly, she didn't respond, only turned away unperturbed. I was about to press the issue when I heard Timioji's voice.
Quark, what happened?
No! It wasn't me! Mr. Dio tricked me! He told me he'd pick ally! He promised! That's why I let him do the voting!
Is this true, Dio?
Are you serious? This kid's full of shit.
What?
I didn't do squat. Quark was the one who decided how we were gonna vote. You wanna know what he told me?
You just leave the voting to me, Mr. Dio. Grandpa's gonna choose to ally for sure, 'cause I'm his opponent on this one. I think we should betray. To be honest, I'm getting kinda tired of that grumpy old bastard.
Oof, ow.
He's had a good life, but it's time for him to go. What do you say we leave the old fart here and leave? I've got a plan. See? Don't worry about me. I'll just tell him you tricked me. He'll believe whatever I tell him. Besides, if he still trusts me, That'll make it easier to use him again later.
Oh, that's...
What do you say, Mr. Dio?
That's...
Pretty good plan, huh? Alright, let's do it.
You're lying! I never should have trusted you! Dio! You're a lying jerk!
Sure, kid, keep whining. See if I care.
Grandpa! You believe me, right?
Don't let this brat fool you, old man. All of this is just part of his plan.
You bastard! I'm not gonna let you get away with this!
That's enough, Quark. Don't lose your temper. How long have I known you? I could be deaf and blind, and I'd still know if you were lying to me.
Really?
You're just as gullible as he said you'd be. Hook, line, and sinker. Let me give you a little warning, Tenmyoji. That little shit is a hell of an actor. I'll bet you money he's a born con man. I don't know what he is to you, but if I were you, I'd trust the kid as far as I could throw him, and at your age, that can't be much. You hearing me, old man? Keep an eye on him.
It's all right. I understand.
I'm so sorry.
I apologize. This is very unfortunate.
Looked like as through another argument had taken place while Quark and Dio were fighting. Whatever it had been about, it appeared to have resolved itself.
The past is the past. There's no point complaining about it. I'll just have to try and get those points back in the next AB game. Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having an...
And then this is all familiar conversation. So if you want to see what this conversation was all about, you can check out my previous episodes. Yeah, it did change. Mine changed from red to cyan.
Me too. Mine's cyan now.
Mine too. Wait, I guess the colors weren't the only thing that changed. It switched from pair to solo.
You're right. Mine switched from solo to pair.
Mine is now a solo as well.
Yep, looks like mine's changed too. I've gone from solo to pair.
I'm still a pair.
The three of us seem to be magenta now as well.
I'm yellow, and it still says solo. Fi, you and Dio are yellow now too, right?
Yeah.
Looks like I'm a pair.
When did they change?
Again, familiar conversation, which you can, if you want to look at in previous episodes, it explains everything that happened, and these are memories that would get happening to me. Spent a few minutes wallowing in misery. I figured at least I deserve at least a little self-pity. But even I knew that brooding and wanting wasn't going to get me anywhere. Like Kay had said, we need to try and at least find another way out. So I shook up my head and cleared up straight and headed up. Making our way through, faces past, walking fast, do-do-do-do-do-do. And so these are crew quarters.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Hey, come on, man, don't be like that. We aren't enemies, are we?
I wonder.
What happened to you, Tenmyoji? You've been acting weird ever since we found that lady's body.
Oh, you think so? Well, you sure it ain't just all in your head?
Fine. Let's move on to something else then. You and Quark. Is he your grandpa?
Why do you want to know?
Well, I mean, why do you think? He keeps calling you Grandpa. Of course I'm gonna wonder what the deal is. We all got kidnapped and brought here, and apparently for no reason. Now they're making us play some sort of weird game. I'm just trying to find a little meaning in all this nonsense. That's it. So tell me, Tenmyoji, are you really Quark's grandpa? Clover, Luna.
Sigma, where'd you come from?
Did you not want
No, it's okay, I guess. I just thought Tenmyoji was the only other person here. This is the crew quarters. I came here with Clover and Tenmyoji. We decided we'd split up to investigate.
Makes sense. You find anything?
0.
What? Which one?
No, I meant I found 0 things.
What about you? Anything suspicious?
I didn't find anything either. Although, I guess you could say this whole facility is suspicious.
That is very true, Luna. Yeah, you got a point there. So why do you think Zero placed all these puzzles and stuff all over the place?
Well, maybe solving all of these puzzles is part of the nonary game.
Really? I thought the nonary game was a couple rounds of the AB game. Why would he need puzzles and stuff then? Well, what is the nonary game then? Why is Zero making us do all this?
Well, this is just, speculation, but maybe it's for entertainment. So rich, powerful people can watch.
Entertainment?
Yes. They're probably off in an opulent theater, watching us struggle while they drink brandy and eat caviar.
Oh, you think so, huh? So some rich bastards killed her off for kicks. What kind of a death is that?
Well, maybe her dying didn't have anything to do with the rest of the game.
No, Kay was right. If her dying wasn't part of all this, the rabbit would have said something. But what we get? Nothing. Just tells us to keep playing and disappears. I can only think of one reason he'd do that. Murdering her was always part of Zero's plans. Now, if you can think of another way all this fits, well, I'd love to hear it.
Maybe she was the one that was in one of those 3 cryopods or 3 or 4 cryopods since before, mentioning 2 of them were one of my previous episodes when we were investigating the cryopods room. 2 of them were empty or recently used, and someone stepped out of it, while one of them had suggested that there was a person in it. Well, and maybe that was her.
So you're saying that Zero Sr. is the one who murdered the old lady?
Now, it sure looks that way.
That means there's a 7 in 1 chance anybody could be the murderer.
Wait,
well,
7?
Alice and I can't be Zero.
Okay, I'll let the I part go, but you're gonna have to give me a little to convince me Alice can't be Zero.
What? Come on, Alice and I know each other. Well, how do you know each other? I guess you could say we're co-workers.
And where do you co-work?
An organization? That's kind of vague. What kind of organization? That's... I can't tell you.
What? What do you mean you can't tell us?
I mean, I can't tell you.
Because it's classified.
Just forget about it, okay? Why can't you tell us? Because it's confidential. I promised I wouldn't tell.
Oh, come on, don't give me that. Look around you, Clover. You really think this is the time for playing it close to the chest?
Yeah! What if the people you work for have something to do with what's going on here? Yeah, you're right. Maybe I should tell you. Sorry, but I just don't really trust you guys. I mean, what if one of you is Zero? It could be any of you. Sorry. Anyway, I think that's enough about me and Alice. I just don't really feel like I can trust you guys. Maybe if that changes, then I can tell you. So, I guess I'll go now. Go? Where are you going? I don't know. I haven't really figured it out yet. Then I'll be going too. Fine.
There she goes. So, Tamiyo...
Save it. I don't trust you any more than she does.
In other words, you aren't gonna tell me anything, are you?
Sorry.
I left Tamioji and headed back to the hallway. There were so many questions that I wanted answers to, but it was looking like I would have to suffer in ignorance for a while longer. Besides, there was only plenty more immediate problems that needed my attention. I sighed and filed my questions away to be dealt with later. I needed to focus. Let's go to the infirmary. Places we don't go. How's it going? You guys find anything?
Hello, Mr. Sigma.
Nothing yet.
Oh.
Well, Alice, Clover, and I did go over this room quite thoroughly. I doubt you'll find any hidden hallways here.
Why are you back here then?
Well, I was concerned about the lady you found. Who would do such a horrible thing?
Given what we know so far, you're the most likely candidate.
Fi, please, why would I kill this woman?
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the evidence points to you right now. If we find more evidence in the future, that could change.
You were so busy earlier that I never got to ask. But do any of you know who she is?
Beats me. I've never seen her before.
I don't know her either.
Neither do I. Well, I suppose I might have known her before I lost my memories, but there's no way to know, is there?
You still can't remember anything?
No, not even a little, unfortunately.
Better be telling the truth about this amnesia stuff.
Are you suspicious of me too, Sigma?
Suspicious? Have you looked in the mirror lately? You might as well have suspicious tattooed across your forehead.
If someone ran into you on the street at night, they'd probably pass out from fright.
Or maybe even during the day.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize for my frightening appearance.
Well, it's not really something you need to apologize for. I mean, it's not your fault, right?
No, I suppose not. Well, I assume not. But...
What?
I'm not sure why, but none of this feels particularly strange. The mask and the suit, I mean. In a way, it almost feels natural. I don't feel as though I was forced into it.
Are you saying this is how you always look?
No, I don't think that's it.
This might be a pretty obvious question, but is there any way for you to take it off?
No. I've tried several times, to no avail. I honestly don't even know where to start. But there is something I'd like to ask of you. There are parts of the suit I can't see. Could you have a look and tell me if perhaps there is a switch or something similar?
No further warning, he removed his robe and turned his back to us. It took no time at all to find something of interest. There's a hole here on the back of your head.
A hole?
Yeah, it looks like you insert something. It says open, so maybe it's some kind of key in there.
You could open up the suit and take the mask off.
I see. That's excellent news. We just need to find whatever it is that goes in there, then.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel somewhat relieved. I was beginning to fear I might have to spend the rest of my life like this.
So I'm gonna make a little note of that, because that's actually pretty important. I don't know if it's gonna come into play later, but might as well make a note of it now. Oops, that's the back. There's Kay's suit as Eva. Who's the old lady? I didn't write that down before either, so definitely an interesting thing to make sure.
Wait, a minute ago you said that it felt natural.
Well, it does, but that doesn't mean I want to stay in it forever. Imagine having glasses, for instance. Wearing them doesn't feel strange, but you'd hardly want to wear them all the time, forever, would you? That's what wearing this suit is like. Well, I think that's enough about me. Should we move to the next room now?
No. There still might be something here. I'm staying.
Me too.
I see. Well then, I will move ahead and see how our companions are doing. What do you intend to do?
I think I'll be moving along too.
Where do you plan to go?
The lounge. I was thinking about maybe I'll head to the lounge.
Very well. I shall head for the crew quarters then. Until we meet again. Excuse me.
Kay's robe flowed silently around him as he turned to leave. I made my way out of the infirmary behind him. Don't know how we can't just go around through the other way, but guess it's just getting more exercise or something.
Oh, Sigma. Perfect timing.
You were here earlier, right?
I was. Bailoon and I were the first into the
Did you
room.
find anything suspicious?
Like, secret pathway or something.
You really think that that's the kind of detail I would have neglected to mention?
Anything else, then? Anything out of the ordinary?
Out of the ordinary. Well, I mean, everything in this room is out of the ordinary.
How about this?
Isn't that obvious? It's an astronomy magazine. Apparently it's got an article about a lunar eclipse. It's gonna happen on December 31st, 2028.
This New Year's Eve, then?
Yeah, 6 days from now.
Wait, what did you say? What do you mean 6 days?
Well, today's Christmas, right? So...
Wait a minute. When were you grabbed?
Didn't you hear me on Christmas? About 2 or 3 in the morning. Wait, did they pick you up on different days?
Yeah.
I was abducted in the middle of the night on December 22nd.
What about you?
I think it was the 20th.
Then we were all taken on different days.
Does that mean we're just sleeping until the non-ray game started?
Maybe they kept us on a Soparil IV drip or something?
In theory, you could have everyone wake up at the same time if you got the dosage right.
Then today might not even be the 25th.
I think that's likely.
Yeah. Some of us were probably abducted after you.
Oh, well, I guess that explains why I feel kind of dizzy.
You too? I felt disoriented since I woke up. My body doesn't feel right.
Maybe it's because we were asleep for so long. Your muscles start to atrophy if you don't use them.
Then, what day is today?
Beats me.
I have no idea.
Well, what about you guys? Was there anything interesting in the crew quarters or in the infirmary?
Nah, nothing in the quarters. Oh, well, there was a book about a cat.
A cat?
Yeah. Something about a cat in a box and whether it's dead or alive. Didn't make any sense to me, though.
Well, it doesn't really sound like something that's going to help us get out of here.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
How about the infirmary? Find anything interesting?
Well, actually there was one thing.
What?
I wasn't trying to hide it. The right moment to mention it just never came up.
You don't need to apologize. Just tell us what you found.
Well, see for yourself.
It's a newspaper article, looks like.
Yeah, it was in the safe in the infirmary.
Let me see that. Radical 6 infection spreads. Cure continues to elude authorities.
Wait, what the hell? What's Radical 6?
Just read the article.
I swallowed and began to read. Radical 6 virus continues to spread around the globe like wildfire. The WHO has confirmed, which it's a poison control organization, has confirmed that the death toll is estimated to have passed 100,000 victims. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised. Do you think we're in a quarantine facility?
You mean you think we got infected with this Radical 6 thing? Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, we don't know anything for sure, but look at us. We seem pretty healthy. Admittedly, I don't know what the symptoms of Radical 6 are, but if it's killing people worldwide, they must be horrific. Now, just look at this soft, lustrous skin.
Alice.
This perfect, shapely face. Does this beauty look like something infected with an awful disease? You want to touch it, don't you, boy?
Oh, God, stop. No, stop.
I can see it in your eyes.
Stop.
Go
Stop.
on. Try.
Ow. Stop, Alice. Well, I am feeling a little weird.
That could just be from sleeping for a couple of days. Or maybe it's a side effect of that drug. Besides, if this is where they ship people to quarantine them, don't you think there aren't enough, people? This thing is killing people all over the world, right? So why would there only be 9 of us here?
Yeah, I guess you have a point.
Think about it. Zero is forcing us to play this nonary game. Why would the government quarantine people and then make them play a game?
Also a good point.
Yes.
So you're saying there's no connection between our abductions and this virus?
Probably not.
Well, it's still something we should remember, I suppose. I mean, even if we're safe in here, our friends and family are still out there.
That's true. I hope they're all right.
Wait a minute. When did this virus actually show up? I've never heard of it before.
Neither have I.
Me either.
So what day is it? If Radical 6 killed hundreds of thousands of people while we were asleep, just how long have we been in here for? So it's
I
definitely
don't think you'll be able to just puzzle that out.
It's definitely sometime after the December 25th.
If we want the truth, we need to find more information.
Yeah, well, doesn't look like we're gonna have time for that.
Shit, we're late.
Yeah.
All right then. We should hurry.
We didn't find the bomb this time around. Which is definitely an interesting choice. So this problem, we're dealing with the old lady. Going through the blue door, so with the bombs. Which is an interesting thing.
Chromatic 5.
You're late.
What the hell are you? That's not good enough. You realize we could die here, right?
Hey, whoa, calm down there, girl. I made it in time.
Barely. We've only got 5 minutes left.
You're a yellow pair.
Who do you think your partner is?
Gee, I wonder.
Son of a...
Come now, Phi. Please, calm down. Fighting now helps.
He's right, you know. The doors have already opened. We need to hurry up and figure out our teams.
What did I do to deserve this asshole?
How should we pair up? So looking at the flow, we only have 2 choices, it seems. So we pair up.
We're almost out of time. I'll just explain it as fast as I can. Just like before, there are only 3
combinations. Option A, Alice and I go pair up with Luna and go through the green door. Timmy, June, Quark, Magenta pair up with Clover, Cyan and go through the blue door. Phi and Dio, Yellow would pair up with Kay, Magenta and go through the red door. Alice and I would pair up with Kay. Timmy, Yoshi and Quark would pair up with Luna. Phi and Dio would pair up with Clover. Alice and I and Clover would pair up and go through the red door. Timmy, Yoshi, Quark would pair up with Kay. Phi and Dio would pair up with Luna.
3.
Right, so
I'm
what
not
do we
pairing
do?
up.
Oh? What?
We'd end up playing against each other in the next AB game. Last time, you betrayed Clover. How am I supposed to know you won't do the same to me? You can't be trusted.
How unfortunate. To be honest, however, I would rather not go with you either.
Yeah? Why's that?
Well, you only have 1 BP left. I very much doubt you'll choose to ally in the next round. Even if you promised me you would choose to ally, I'd be in an undesirable situation. You see, I wouldn't be able to choose to betray. If I did, and you were true to your word and allied, then I would kill you. So there you are. That is why I do not wish to be paired with Tenmyoji. Of course, for the same reason, I would rather not be paired with Alice.
That's not a problem. Sigma and I will be taking Clover. I trust her more than any of the rest of you.
Yep, I want to go with Alice, too.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't I get a say in this?
I would like to go with Sigma or Phi. They chose Ally last time.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. I'm Phi's partner. You should pair up with us. Sound good?
No.
I am also opposed to that choice.
If Alice and Clover pair up, and Luna and Dio pair up, the rest of us don't have a choice.
Yeah.
We'll be stuck with Phi's option C.
I believe I mentioned before that I do not wish to be paired with Tenmyoji.
And I don't want to go with Kay either.
Then what the hell are we supposed to do?
1 minute.
No, Quark. What's wrong?
It's all over. This is it. We're all gonna die.
Are you all right?
No. No. That's not it. Don't you get it? We aren't gonna die. We have to die. We have to. All of us.
What the hell? Oh, snap out of it, kid. Oh, come on, Quark.
No, I'm fine. You're the crazy ones. Getting so serious about this stupid game. We should just stop. End this. End all of it. End everything.
So Quark snapped much sooner in this one compared to the other game.
We need to get him to the infirmary.
No, we don't have time.
30 seconds remain.
We don't have a choice. Quark's with me. I'll carry him through.
But we still haven't figured out who's going where.
I can't afford to be picky anymore. Someone just choose. I don't care who.
Sigma, you have to choose.
What? Why me?
Please, just do it. We don't have any time left.
9, 8, 7.
I swallowed. Alice and I will... So we have all 3 options, but I'm guessing one of them won't. Yeah, we're gonna go with Luna. Alice, Luna, the green door.
Right.
I'm coming.
They both took off for the door and I followed behind at a run. I glanced back over my shoulder in time to see the others and back into their respective doors. Phi, Dio, and Kay ducked into the red door, just as Temioji carried Quark through the blue door, Clover right at his heels.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
That we're gonna make our way through. So with that, I'm really curious about the flow. So the green is the correct choice. And you have actually one of the 2 shorter ones here. It's interesting, so... Anyways, I'm going to save this here. Return to the menu. And I'm gonna end this episode here. I hope you guys have a good day, night, week, month of your lives, and may the stars ever guide your path wherever it might lead you into the future. Bye-bye.